So there is a story, there's a headline out today that is the Cleveland Browns excuse Baker Mayfield from mandatory minicamp in mutual decision. Say it's a mutual decision that's best for both parties. I kind of feel like they might want to invite him. Because these stories that are coming out. Yesterday on the show, I talked about the Deshaun Watson thing. And I said that or I guess it was Monday. And I said, when I talked to William about it, it was like 9 or 10. And I was like, look, if two guys say Chris Vernon stole from you, I could probably say this guy's a liar. This guy's they're trying to make me look bad, whatever else. Mm-hmm. If 9 or 10, like at some point you're going to start to go like, hey man, maybe this guy maybe he does steal from people. When it's 25, and then it's like at some point you're like, come on, bro. Dude, that story yesterday afternoon that dropped from Jenny Ventures that said he met with 66 women for massages.
Yes.
Over 17 months.
I told you guys, you could run it back. Yesterday I said, I don't think we're ever going to see this dude again. And that was after the 24th came out.
I agreed with you.
And I was like,
not even just with the Browns. I said, I don't know if he plays in the NFL again.
Just before this.
And one of the things I said when we were talking about it, I said, even if you want to say, like, he didn't do anything. Even if you want, like his lawyers are saying, he didn't commit any crimes. He didn't, whatever. You don't get the benefit of the doubt when it's 24 different women. There's something going on here, bro.
Yeah.
And this story yesterday, where it comes at 66.
Well, and the other thing, too, is the Texans being a part of it.
That part is nasty.
Paying for the hotels, drawing up the NDAs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's...
Why?
Whoa. Exactly. Why? Why are you a part of it?
Why are there NDAs?
Yeah, I know. It's a massage.
Who needs an NDA for a massage?
Right.
Unless you're doing, which I just learned this morning, the baby yoga pose, which is grabbing your feet so that they're in the air. And he asked it wasn't even a massage therapist. It was like a physical therapist to rub his anus.
Rub his anus.
The area between the testes and the anus.
Yeah. That's typically called the chode, right?
The grundle.
The grundle, the chode. Which is a very disgusting area.
Massage his testicles and anus. She laughed it off the request, but said he grabbed her wrist and put her hand there. That's a nasty man, dude.
Dude, that is
some real predator behavior, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's some sick, bro. Other than being super flexible, but like that's some weird behavior. Like, come on, bro. The baby Yoda pose?
Baby yoga.
Baby yoga pose?
Baby Yoda pose. Yoda. What pose is that, Dan? Mandalorian.
They call it the Mandalorian. Do you know, what do you think my wife would say if I was on my bed with my legs all the way up?
You're like, come on, baby.
She would be like,
it is just a disgusting thing anyway.
Yes.
It's outrageous.
It's so outrageous.
This dude is a bona fide predator, pervert.
Yes.
Like, kinky ass. Like, a physical therapist, too. Like, he just got so bold about everything that it's so obvious he's, like, doing this stuff. Like, you can't have this many. Like, who makes that up?
Yeah.
66.
It's so specific, that you were doing the baby Yoda.
Okay, so this is what happened.
Baby Yoda is the
Mandalorian.
The baby yoga pose. Like, look,
I can't even
if you want to say there's a bunch of people lying on his name, it's not so.
No.
Right? No. The people, if there's one person out there, like, and Browns fans want to convince themselves of anything, I'm sure, at this point, right?
Yeah.
Even if you want to. Bro, that is so ridiculously specific.
Yeah, you can't fake that. You can't fake the baby Yoda.
Who makes that up?
The baby Yoda, baby Yoda
Who makes
pose?
up he was sitting like this?
Yeah, I mean, Here's the other thing that I hadn't. Okay, so we got.
I didn't even know what that is.
No, we
Baby
got.
yoga. I Googled
So we
it.
got 24, and now today it's coming out. It's 66, and this is clearly, as you said, it's behavior of a guy. You get NDAs involved. It's behavior of a guy who knows he's insanely powerful, and because. Bro, when does some reporter from the New York Times or the Washington Post or when do they go to Clemson? When do they go start talking to? When do you go start figuring out college stuff?
That's a good one because you never know.
Because if this stuff been going on in the NFL, bro, you know how powerful he was at Clemson.
Shoot,
They won a national title there.
Says the list of 66 includes the 24 women who have filed lawsuits, including 2 in the past week. A woman who sued Watson, but then withdrew the complaint. 2 women who filed criminal complaints against Watson, but didn't sue him. And at least 15 therapists who issued statements of support for Watson at the request of his lawyers. At least 4 therapists contacted with the Texans. 5 women identified by the plaintiff's lawyers during the investigation for their civil suits, and at least 15 other women whose appointments with Watson were confirmed through interviews and records by the Times. A few of these additional women spoke publicly for the first time to the Times. One woman who did not sue Watson or complain to the police told the Times that he was persistent in his request for sexual acts during their massage, including, quote, begging her to put her mouth on his penis. The New York Times also reported that the NDAs that Watson gave to some of the women to sign came from the Texans' director of security. The Times reports that the NDA was in Watson's locker at NRG Stadium days after a woman posted Watson's phone number on Instagram. So that's how he's getting around that. He's saying the reason that he had NDAs is because his phone number was posted. The Texans declined to comment.
Of course they did. Didn't they say that? Who said they did a thorough investigation? Was it the Browns or the Texans? Browns.
Yep. Well, he didn't play for the Texans all last season.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Well, he had already requested a trade, so that was an odd scenario that took place. He had requested a trade, and then all this stuff hit.
Exactly.
So they was kind of like it's just an odd situation where last season, as this stuff is breaking, he wasn't going to be playing for them anyway. And then, of course, it made it very easy. And then he was on he wasn't even around the team.
It's like, how thorough is your investigation, bro? If all it took was the New York Times finding all this stuff, like, how thorough really was it? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it doesn't take much to find 66.
What I can continue to do is tell the truth. Is his only media interview since joining the Browns, and that is that I've never assaulted, disrespected, or harassed any woman in my life. That's what he says.
God. Bro,
Now, do you know who says that? You know who says shit like that? Creeps.
Yeah.
They're usually the ones that like do that I'm innocent. I'm no, dude.
Bro, he put out some rap lyric on Instagram, some rap quote that basically just said he denies it too. He put that out like today.
66, bro. The details.
66.
It's there are too many details. Too many details. Like bro, making up the.
How can there be 66 women?
Bro, you don't make up the baby yoga pose.
You don't
make that up.
That's way too specific, bro.
Way too specific.
Way too specific.
Like,
and a specific request.
Yes.
Yeah.
To put come on, bro.
To ask to have his chode massaged.
Yeah.
It's just a bizarro thing. This guy obviously has some like weirdo.
He's the horniest man. He might be the horniest
but
player
he just
alive.
has this weird fetish.
Yeah.
Obviously, man. He doesn't deny getting all these massages from all these different people, which on its face, as I said, anybody that has any common sense and is reasonable is like, bro, this is weird.
Yeah.
Y'all are professional athletes, but even Roser during 4th grade when he was at his peak.
Yes.
No. Look, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
If Roser told me he had massages from 24 different women, I would think that's insane.
100%.
If he told me he had gotten massages from 10, I'd think it's insane. Like, what? What? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And much less seeking out people to give you massages. Like he's DMing chicks to give him massages. Some of them weren't even licensed massage therapists. You're a professional athlete.
It was
this guy is obviously just trying to get his wiener rubbed on.
It was some
which is
sex
so
workers.
weird too.
Yeah.
Because you can get your wiener rubbed on if you're Deshaun Watson. Without having to assault anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, unless he's just super weird and he's mega famous,
Yeah,
not a
good-looking
bad-looking
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
He's an
good-looking guy.
NFL quarterback. He can get chicks.
Yeah.
Just strange
Just doing weird stuff. Because even some
and
of the
creepy as hell.
It is so
Dude, it
creepy.
is so creepy to be DMing chicks to get massages and then going over there and saying dude, and a lot of them, a lot of chicks.
And then doing baby yoga poses and
Oh, that's just
Dude, I
bizarre.
can't. I can't even.
what?
Dude, I
Who
can't-
makes that up?
I can't pick my legs up, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried it.
Who makes that up?
why would you need that area massaged? What is that area tight? What?
Yo,
I'm
you know I had a bad workout. I
like
need my gooch massage.
pulled the grundle during when I dropped back
Really,
the pass.
really,
what?
he's a weirdo, dude.
Yeah, I don't
Real
Think,
weirdo stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think in this climate, the climate that we live in, I don't think he ever plays a game. For the Browns.
Browns.
There's too much stuff going on in the world
It's
today,
not,
bro.
It's
When
not
you-
even Brown, bro. He ain't gonna play in the NFL again.
Yeah,
No
I don't
way.
think so. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Well, this is just
66?
There's too much.
The real question is,
There's 24 that have lawsuits against him.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you more losses.
And there's
are
a
gonna come.
bunch of these that there's one girl I saw recently on YouTube. There's one of them that is not in part of this.
Yeah.
She did an interview. She described the whole thing. And they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
He gets in there. He doesn't want to use the regular towel. He puts a little dish towel on his nads. Then he gets a boner. Then he asks you to do. I mean,
Then he removes the
it's like
towel,
all the
and
same.
it's the same
bro,
stuff.
how do all these people have the exact same way that you conduct yourself during a massage? You flip over. You want the little thing. You say it's okay. I want you to rub near my abdomen.
Yeah.
He's got the same blueprint for how he tries to get off.
Yep.
And there's 2 or 3 of them that he says I have had consensual sex with, and it's so obviously you went you're trying to get down,
Yeah.
right? As soon as you admit I had either sex or I got some kind of sexual favor from these massage therapists 2 or 3 times, and it was all consensual, like he said,
That's
I
his-
did that.
That's his thing.
Then that's your MO, bro.
That's your
Like
thing.
you just told me.
Yeah.
Who does that? And then his lawyer went on the radio and said there's nothing illegal about a happy ending or whatever.
Dude, what?
Bro, what?
It's a real question.
Well, if the creepy guy hired the creepy lawyer.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat asked a good question. Will we find out about this stuff, all this stuff, if he never requested a trade? Or was it like a domino effect? Because he requested a trade, all this shit came out.
Well, it.
I really don't know, because that was one of the things that came out at the beginning was this guy. Now, look, this lawyer is a shiesty dude.
Yeah, he is.
That's the hard part about all of this. Because if you watch that Real Sports thing, that's one of their. I do think that is valid on the attorney's side.
Yeah.
I do think I think it's valid when because his attorneys are good,
Holy sh!
really good, to where they're so good that you can get persuaded when you hear them. That's when you know you're amazing, right? Because they will say, yes, it is 24 women. It is one lawyer. That's what you need to think about. It's one lawyer who is not a highly credible lawyer. It is 24 women. You're right. But it's one lawyer. And a lot of lawyers turned down these cases. They didn't want a part of them. And that's not because they didn't think, because they know there's nothing there. And then they say, so it's one lawyer. Yeah, it is 24 different women. You're right. It's one lawyer. It's not a bunch of different lawyers. They aren't all represented by different people. because he's the only one that'll take it because it's crap. Because our client didn't do anything. He didn't do anything wrong. And this is a setup. And then they say, we went to go do criminal charges in 2 different grand juries. Both of them said he didn't do nothing. They didn't even we didn't even have to go to trial. They weren't even going to hear it. And you do get done listening to them and you're like, you know? And then on the other side, you see all this media reports. You're like, oh, bro, all right. I'm just using common sense here. Like, all right, fine. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But at some point, you're just reading this stuff and like, you're clearly creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these people you sexually assaulted, but I know that you were clearly setting up massages so that somebody would hopefully jerk you off. You know, seriously.
Like one of them somebody falls.
That's what you were aiming for. You weren't trying to get anything massaged except your wiener.
Yeah.
Clearly.
That's the only thing you wanted.
Like, it's clear.
It's a better way to go about it.
You would think. But he's got like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Bizarre. Like, that's when you're to the point where you have to, like, justify it by saying, you know, like there's no way to explain how that's not weird.
Yeah, I hope there's nobody.
There's
out
no
here.
way.
Is there people out there defending him in the world, other than his lawyer?
No.
Oh,
I mean, probably Browns fans. You talk yourself into anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you want it to be so.
Yeah, you have 3 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
66.
Like Kevin Stefanski and
then the $250 million, all that stuff, like guaranteed money. Okay, so
that's outrageous. To have guaranteed him that
to
much
have guaranteed
money.
the entire thing.
But they can get out of that.
So
if
the
it's
NFL has to like do something with like say like it can be voided.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, you're a creep.
They might want